obey my commands, watch your heads. You got any questions over here, big guy? How about you? All right, touch him up, fellas. Give him a good fight.
So all the introductions and instructions are out of the way, and we are set to go. Jermain Taylor. His opponents are 309 and 23. Lest you believe that he's just fighting the stiffs. I mean, 309 and 23, very good record for his opponents. Johnny Rivera said that he would try to somehow get on the inside against Jermain Taylor, and then he'll have to make the most of it.
Well, these fighters have really taken entirely different career paths. You've got Jermain Taylor, of course, who fought in the Olympics, came out immediately, signed a big contract, was on home box office, ESPN, a lot of publicity and fanfare, good management, promotion behind him. Then you've got Johnny Rivera, basically
fires a good hook.
Yeah, was, as he tells it, very mismanaged as a young fighter in Puerto Rico. Turned pro at 19. Took him 7 years to get 11 fights. What, Jermain Taylor turned professional last year and he's already got 11 fights.
That really brings up the point of management, how you can be brought along and pattern is needed. And Jermain Taylor has had the pattern, and Johnny Rivera has had pretty much the same Taylor role that a lot of fighters do have. It's very difficult to obtain connections.
Rivera's path really probably far more common than Taylor. Of course, few guys able to win a medal at the Olympics and then get that kind of initial money coming out and support and backing behind him.
Jermain Taylor in the red trunks, nice stiff jab, has the reach, tries to go to work here, 2 shots downstairs. A sense of presence of him coming together. Came off a 10-round victory in his last fight, so he's already in 10-round company relatively early in his career.
Well, he is eating Rivera alive with that jab right now, David.
Now you really see the intangible benefit of reach and how it translates into the jab, and how a guy coming out of the amateurs is so used to using that jab, how he converts it over nicely. And the right hand behind that jab. You got to look at what that jab will set up for Jermain Taylor. Johnny Rivera looking for an opening, but he's doing it as he's backing up.
We spoke with Rivera earlier today. I don't want to say he offered a lot of excuses because fighters normally call them explanations, but he really had quite a laundry list for some of his poor performances throughout the years. Everything from he was getting married and it was the engagement was broken off and didn't fight well to you know, just being mismanaged.
As the first round concludes.
It's getting loose. Want that mouthpiece on? It's getting loose. Good. All right, listen. You're walking him back, and he's circling a little bit. Okay. You don't need to circle with him. Just cut him off. Okay. You had him right here. You had him right here, and you turn yourself in there. Just slide with him and work that jab. Once you walk him back into those ropes like that, don't let him sneak out. Okay.
Oye, no quiero que te me doble, Yanni, que no me haga esto. Ok, derecho. Ok, entre y sal derecho, lo que me está doblado y está poniendo para la mano de él.
Okay. Cuando lo llavea,
bien.
Debido a eso, está cerrando los ojos.
Last 10 seconds, you started getting loose. Now pick it up from where you left off, okay? Let's get the butt out of there. Okay, let's go, take it down.
Round 2 of a scheduled 10-round middleweight contest. In the red trunks, 2000 Olympic bronze medalist Jermain Taylor has a record of 11-0 with 7 knockouts. Johnny Rivera, originally from Dorado, Puerto Rico, now based in Miami, 12-3-1 with 7 knockouts. We're at the Hard, Chester, West Virginia. This is Dave Bontempo along with John Saraceno. Glad you're enjoying this one and a good glimpse at Taylor. You know, you're talking about his connections, John. How about he's got Pat Burns in the corner, a former U.S. Olympic coach.
Yeah, that helps a lot. Pat, they train out of Florida, the Miami area. And Pat has a lot of connections down there. They're able to keep him active in the gym. When we talk about the Olympics, Dave, this is the second Olympian in a row that Johnny Rivera has fought. He fought Roshai Wells in May. Roshai Wells, a member of the Atlanta Olympic Games for the U.S. team. That fight ended with a technical draw when they clashed heads. And it was interesting because Rivera blamed Roshai Wells. He said, I got hit. But talked to Pat Burns, they said, hey, Rivera has a reputation as being a very dirty fighter.
It's one of those explanations.
There you go.
From that laundry list. And here is Jermain Taylor going to work. Good body shot with the left hand. Really operating nicely with the jab. You like to see a young fighter not abandon that. It's such a good ticket for him to victory.
You know, we all know that body punching, a bit of a lost art in boxing from yesteryear, but not with Jermain Taylor. When he first went into the gym with Pat Burns in Miami, he was trying to tear his sparring partner's heads off, you know, with right hands, always aiming for the head. Pat Burns stopped sparring immediately and made him spar only by going to the body. And the results have been fantastic. He has stopped 4 fighters with body shots, which really is incredible considering he's a young fighter who's only had 11 fights.
It's astounding. You don't see many fights at all ended with a body shot. If you go through a guy's career, you might see a handful.
Right.
And now here's 4 times in a young career. We're building great things like that.
And keep an eye on that left hook. He likes to go downstairs.
That is one advantage, John, of having an Olympic coach and somebody who can stay meticulously with one theme and never doubt it. You get somebody else, not quite the same pedigree as a coach, yeah, maybe they'll try something for a while, but hey, it didn't work right away, let's try something else. But Pat Burns has stayed with it. Good jab by Jermain Taylor, following Johnny Rivera back. You see the dilemma for Johnny Rivera with the reach of Jermain Taylor coupled with his intensity as round 2 comes to a close.
Okay, breathe and relax. Listen, Jermain, you don't need to circle with this guy. Walk him with your jab, walk him. You did it nice at the beginning of the round. You got right over here, you walked him, 2 solid shots, and you pulled out. You don't need to do that. You had him right where you wanted. Walk him to that rope, jab, body shot, couple body shot, right back to a jab. Hold him with that jab, back on the body. All right? Keep your hands free, because when he gets close, he's just trying to grab you. But you gotta walk him down. You're standing in that middle too much. You can walk this guy. Just get him right into that rope with that jab. Rip to the body, couple body shots. And then you go back to the head. You can get this guy out of there anytime you want, okay?
A replay from that second round. You see some of that good body work by Jermain Taylor going downstairs, missing with the right hand there, trying to put the package together.
Let's see how he converts it in round 3. Pat Burns telling him you can get him out of there any way you want if you do it right, starting off with the jab and walking him down.
Jermain also said that the biggest transition from the amateur ranks to professionals is adapting to the number of rounds and the pace of the fight. You have to learn how to take your time, pick your shots. I think with Rivera, though, he could really turn up the heat, Dave, don't you think?
Yeah, turn it up and not have the same sense of risk that you would against a guy who maybe is a bigger puncher or that you're more worried about, or somebody who can't figure out.
I mean, Rivera's right there for him.
I think for Taylor, he's at 10-round distance now, and when you get to 12 rounds, that's the championship level. So from a stamina standpoint and a timing standpoint, he's already well along in going over that pace you talked about. And for fighters, they do have to learn how to spend their stamina over the course of a round.
Jermain Taylor also being young and fighting regularly, that's in his corner. Rivera, on the other hand, this is only his 2nd fight since last fall, and he has not been an active fighter, and that will show up in a fight. We've seen him miss punches here wildly, where you can see his timing isn't really there.
You get a call, and it's a situation like this. Well, we have a fight for you. Who is it? Well, it's a former Olympian. I just had that. Well, you have another one.
A little something easier. You saw him, Rivera, leaping in with an amateurish left hook, really.
Taylor putting 2 together nicely. Jab and a right hand.
I mean, at some point, Rivera's got to start using his own jab too, doesn't he? He's standing on the outside. He's getting picked apart.
Wild shot by Rivera, missing over the top. That was his one attempt as he tried to time Jermain Taylor. But a little bit of that inactivity you talked about.
Yeah, and is he just looking for the one home run punch? I mean, you got to try to break a guy down. He's going to get Jermain Taylor with just one shot.
Tried there with the right hand, but no, you can't get the one shot in. Guys slip into survivor mode in the middle of fights when they discover that they're outmanned. Let's see if that occurs here or if Johnny Rivera can do something to turn it around. In round 3, it's been all Jermain Taylor.
Rivera really just putting up almost a weak peekaboo defense that Jermain Taylor has been able to split with that jab and following with the right hand. I'd like to see him go downstairs just a little bit more, though.
Well, we talk about him trying to make a move. Rivera has to do something. What happens in there when you all of a sudden discover you actually understand the other guy is stronger?
Right.
Now it's survival.
I think Rivera understands that.
So we come to the end of round 3 with Jermain Taylor doing just about everything he wants and controlling things against Johnny Rivera. And after the bell, some fireworks.
Referee a little bit late there.
Yep. There's some action from that round with Taylor in control.
Well, they got into it at the end there a little bit late. The referee late in separating the fighters. You see that leaping left hook that Rivera's trying to hit Taylor with. Hit him with a nice right hand there. Probably the best punch he's landed in the fight, but it was after the bell.
It's funny. You hear that? Best punch of the fight. It's after the bell. Happens so much. Guy drops his guard.
Okay? The jab looks good, man. The jab looks good. Really worked that jab hard in overtime. Okay, bring him off.
Let's see if there's any type of carryover, any ill will between Jermain Taylor in the red trunks and Johnny Rivera in the black as we're into round 4 of a scheduled 10-rounder in Chester, West Virginia. There was some action after the round with Rivera landing a right hand. They did tap gloves, but you can forgive, but not always forget.
Rivera starting off very slowly. I don't know if that's a function of age. You know, he's 31, been fairly inactive. But it seemed like he got into gear there near the end of that round. It came a little bit too late. Let's see if in this 4th round, I've got him trailing 30-27. He's got to start mounting some kind of an attack, Dave.
Yeah, in the 10-round fight, 30-27, the shutout, you already, to win the fight from this point on, you can only lose one more round. It's very early to be saying that. Taylor, uppercut, jab.
Well, the jab is just destroying Rivera. That is what's winning the fight for Taylor.
Look what it does to Rivera's timing. Now, he's trying to come in and do some things with Jermain Taylor, but
he hesitates.
Paying a price.
Yeah, and he hesitates.
Jermain Taylor happy to tie him up here.
Well, you can just look at the two fighters and see the natural physical advantages. Taylor got hit with a jab there. Rivera's thrown too few of those tonight. You know, he's a bigger, stronger guy and quicker.
Taylor was moving back, which is why Rivera scored with a couple jabs, came to him. Good right hand by Rivera. Taylor has started to move back this round. A little bit of a subtle change in strategy. Maybe be a subconscious thing, but Rivera pouncing on it.
Well, Rivera may have seen something. When Taylor jabs sometimes, when he brings back his left hand, he doesn't bring it back high enough along his jawline to protect his head. Brings it back a little too low. Try to lead right hand there.
Rivera lunging, trying to follow up on some of the good work he did moments ago.
I mean, Taylor can dominate him with that jab and should be throwing 2 or 3 at a time.
And Taylor getting to Rivera, hurting him with some big shots here. And Rivera in deep trouble, they'll have to stop it. Immediately, referee jumps in. Dave Johnson
I think that was a good stoppage.
Yes.
You see Rivera complaining, but you know what? Jermain Taylor's a big, young, strong guy in there, and he was going to absolutely obliterate Rivera.
And don't forget, without the standing 8-count option, the referee has to make that quick decision.
No choice.
It's either stop it or don't stop it. And he jumped in there perfectly, so it was not too much of a one-sided affair. Kudos to him, because Jermain Taylor really was turning it on.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time, 2 minutes, 23 seconds of round number 4. Referee Dave Johnson has seen enough. The winner, and still undefeated, now 12-0 with 8 knockouts. Ladies and gentlemen, Jermain Taylor.